Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to find this one for over a year, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am not inside my truck. I'm actually in my back room, which means we get Peter Pan and Thunderbolt poster behind me. Ooh, Peter Pan Thunderbolt poster. There's also some Listerine up there. It's just there for the sake of being there at this point. At some point, it'll be moved when I need it. But aside from doing that, what else am I doing, folks? I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? What happens to be my my mushroom head shirt, specifically from the Psychotherapy Sessions tour that occurred in 2023. It was wasn't their comeback tour, but it was their comeback headlining tour. They'd come back the year previous with Rob Zombie doing the headlining. This was them coming back and being like, hey, we can still kick ass. We can still be the headlining act. I'm not going to lie. The crowd was definitely bigger at the Rob Zombie show. It just was. But still was an extremely awesome experience. They were there with Coal Chamber, Nonpoint, Butcher Babies, Guar. Guar was kind of an odd choice, but people were into it. I enjoyed it. Really enjoyed them. And I really, Mudvayne are one of those bands that I've just gotten more into as I've gotten older. So much so, not only have I picked up merch, but I've actually got some videos of their performances that are on my channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. I really like their stuff. But anyway, what am I trying for today, folks? Why is it taking me a year to get it? Well, folks, that's because I'm trying out, it's a cup of noodles, specifically from Cup Noodles, limited edition breakfast flavored instant noodles. Artificially flavored as maple syrup, pancakes, sausage, and eggs. Ramen noodles and sauce. Ah! Yeah, these were announced in I think 2023. They're an exclusive thing through Walmart. I tried all of 2023 to find these. Couldn't find them anywhere. No matter where I went. Finally got to the point where I was going to almost buy them online, but they were literally being scalped. And it was I wasn't going to pay $50 for some fucking cup of noodles. I didn't give a shit. But then randomly as fuck, went out to a Walmart that I don't usually go to, and I turned a corner and there they were, and I was like, pfft. So let's make this happen, folks. And I reviewed a bunch of instant noodle stuff on the channel, so much so I have an entire playlist called Ramen Reviews. That's where this is going to end up, as well as, just all my other instant noodle stuff. Alright, and then I just followed the instructions. I filled it up to the line, I put it on high for 4 minutes, let it sit for a minute. There you go. So, now if I'm honest, I'm more of a Maruchan guy than a cup of noodle. That's just my preference when it comes to sort of discount instant noodles, but I'm not against it. Let's get a thing for the thing so that we can do this. Looks like this. Ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. It definitely has kind of a maple sausagey smell, so. Very savory noodles. Was not expecting the noodles to be like that. There's quite a bit of flavor on them. And, like I said, I'm more of a Maruchan person, but I really like the way the flavor clings to these. I don't know if that's just, the maple syrup aspect or whatever, but, it kind of almost thickens the noodles up. Really like that. And then, yeah, there's kind of a sweet and savory aspect to them. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, now I like sweet and savory, to be fair. Not everybody does. But I'm going to be honest, I actually like these a lot. I, in fact, would go as far as to say I like these more than I like the normal cup of noodles. Again, cup of noodles is my favorite, but I really like how flavorful these are. And, it could be just stupid and awful, but it's not. It actually Works out pretty nicely. If you get past the idea that they're noodles that taste sort of like a, kind of cheap breakfast, sure. Yeah, there's a nice savory aspect to it. I was a little bit worried with the maple flavoring if that would have like an artificial tang to it, but it really doesn't. Like, I mean, obviously it doesn't taste like proper maple syrup, but it's just got sort of a light maple flavor to it. It's nice. And then we've got a little. Let me grab it. We got a little sausage piece. Sausage piece actually tastes pretty good. Like probably better than I would say like their usual, like when they have like little pieces of what the fuck ever in there. Like that actually kind of tasted like breakfast sausage. I mean, as much as this should just be a throwaway thing, you can tell there was some time and effort put into this. Get a little egg. The egg is a bit more ethereal. It doesn't really add too much to the overall experience. But, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know what to think coming into this. Was it just going to be a novelty for the sake of being a novelty? Was it going to be heinous and awful and make me regret all of my life's decisions? You never know with this type of stuff. I mean, it's definitely gimmicky as shit, but like, I'll be honest. For me, this hits. Like, I wasn't expecting. I didn't know if I'd dislike it or how I would go with it, but I didn't expect it to hit to the extent that it has. I actually really enjoy this. Like, it works for me. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and yes. Like, genuinely. Outside of any novelty aspect or whatever, because here's the thing. Like, I'm the type of guy, I don't like to cook very much. It's part of why this show works so well, because I can go out and order stuff and, use it to review things. And when I do cook at home, I like simple stuff. I work, a job that I'm stomping around on concrete for 8.5 hours. I'm tired. When everything's said and done, it's like, man, I just want something, simple and easy. So instant noodles work really well for me as like, an after work snack. Now, a lot of times I work late at night, so when I come home, it's kind of nice to have like a breakfast noodle thing. It's a little bit weird, but like honestly, there's really, once you kind of get your head past it a bit, there's nothing to dislike, at least in my opinion. Um, I really enjoy it. I like the sweet and I like the savory, and it works really well in my opinion. And I think it honestly kind of elevates the whole cup noodle experience. If I'm recommending it to people, it's not going to be for everybody, for sure. Like I said, some people just don't like sweet and savory as a combination, and this is definitely a thing where you have to enjoy that because although it's not overly saturated with the sweet and savory aspect, oh, one of my hamsters is being adorable. I have hamsters, by the way, in case you didn't know. This is actually, my back room is also my hamster room. And one of my hamsters is being adorable and digging herself a little tunnel. I can see her digging. Um, but yeah, obviously it's got to kind of work for you if you're not into that sweet and savory aspect. But the thing is, I will say this, give it a shot. I think if you can run into it, don't fucking pay scalping prices, okay? It's not that good. But if you run into it, again, it's a Walmart exclusive thing. If you run into it, give it a go. Like, it's surprising how good it was. Like, it should have been, at best, kind of good, but stupid. But, like, no, it tastes legit. And, like, I would definitely get it again, and I would definitely recommend it to people. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go with your yourselves a truly sweet and savory breakfast-tastic rest of your life. Because, man, again, that's just my jam. I didn't even know people didn't like that until I was, like, in my early 20s. My friend Sam was like, nah, I don't like sweet and savory. And I nearly killed my friend Sam for, like, the 3rd time in our relationship. One time I actually hit him in the back of the head pretty hard with a pole. It was entirely on accident, but it did happen. But he's fine. He's good. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it out there every day with you, and it like can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing for me is just being surrounded by my adorable hamsters. I also have a hedgehog. My hedgehog's over there. I also have a cat, but the cat does not get to be in this room for obvious reasons. And I hope that, whatever your personal life experiences, that you have those things that can bring you joy in your life. Because I know for me, especially after my dad passed away, and I was kind of, just sort of on my own and going over there, forging, my little furry family that I love so very much. That was a huge deal for me. That really has gotten me out of some very bad places on more than one occasion. And I hope that whatever it is for you, I hope that you have that in your life. And if you don't, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fucking therapist or anything like that. So don't, but feel free to comment, what have you. I can, we can chat a bit or something like that. I don't know what I can bring to the table, but I do feel it's important that people have something like that in their lives. So anyway.